Hello, Interior sports fans. Joe Cook back in the sports seat, bringing you the weekend recap. Yesterday, Stephon Williams, a former state champion goalie for Lathrop, was selected in the 4th round of the 2013 NHL Draft, going 106 overall to the New York Islanders. Williams made history, become the highest Alaska goaltender to be picked, and is the 35th Alaskan to be drafted. Williams is a sophomore at Minnesota State Mankato, coming off a Rookie of the Year season. He was also WCHA All-First Team. Also making history in the draft was Seth Jones, who went 4th overall to the Nashville Predators. The son of former NBA player Popeye Jones became the highest pick of African-American descent in league history. Nathan McKinnon went 1st overall to the Colorado Avalanche. Well, look who's in first place. Your Alaska Gold Panthers are on top of the ABL after a 3-game sweep of the Kenai Peninsula Oilers this weekend. The Panthers had to make a comeback to win the 3rd game yesterday, but that's their MO. Alaska trailed 4-1 in the bottom of the 8th, but they put together 4 runs for a 5-4 win, propelling them to number 1 in the standings at 7-3. The Anchorage Bucks and Matsu Miners are a half game back. The Gold Panthers won 12 of their last 13 games. Next up for Alaska is a road test, taking on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots on Tuesday at Mokai Stadium. After 3 days of golf on 3 different courses, Bill Renfro and Connie Johnson won the 26th Annual Senior Amateur Championship. Renfro won by a stroke, putting up 233 over 3 days. He was also the Super Senior Champion for golfers at least 65 years of age. Rick Boyles was 2nd. Tony Grazade finished 3rd, and Mike Schultz was 4th. Connie Johnson won the women's title with a 256 over the weekend. Santina Meath won the Super Senior Women's title with a 273. For complete results, just go to the sports page on Webster11.com. It was a weekend for hoops inside the Patty Center Gym. The 2nd annual Tournament of Champions featured some of the best ballers in the interior and in Anchorage. 3 the hard way had to win in overtime over Team Chevy to get into the final. Legacy Funeral Home won the Endurance Award. They got to the final by winning 3 games in a day on Sunday, led by former Nanick Jared Miller, hit that 3. Their 4th game was the championship, and 3 the hard way had to have some fresher legs, and they did. They started out with a 25-7 lead in the first half, sparked by Sheldon Webb's play. In the second half, Legacy got a second win, made it a 5-point game, 49-44 with 10 minutes left. But 3 the hard way, led by former Seawolves Kenny Barker and Lonnie Ridgway and company, made the plays and held off Legacy, winning 65-59 for back-to-back Tournament of Champion titles, and the big check for Boston's for $3,000. Getting a bye was a huge factor in their win.
We're tired right now, so we can imagine how tired they are. We knew we needed to get that one because we couldn't handle it. We had some older guys over here, so we needed that rest.
Oh yeah, it feels good, man. I mean, every year it's nice. We all get together every summer. We don't get to see each other too often, so when we do, it's nice to come out here and do this at least.
Sunday was Championships Day for the Midnight Sun Blast Cup soccer tournament, featuring 3-on-3 and 11-on-11 title games. Let's see what happened at the FYSA Soccer Complex. 13 and under championship, the Eclipse battled Tough Enough, and they were. Tough Enough takes the U13 Blast Cup title with a 6-1 win over the Eclipse, scoring 3 unanswered in the second half. The boys' 19 and under title game was between the Oompa Loompas and SpongeBob. Interesting team names there, but the score wasn't. Team SpongeBob featured West Valley soccer players, and they win the Blast Cup title in a laugher, 12-0. The most interesting game, the under 11 and under 12 boys title games were at the same time right next to each other, and they were classics. The Phoenix Blazing Sun had a 3-1 lead at halftime, but the Midnight Sun Nitros came roaring back and forced overtime, timed the game at 4-all. In sudden death, the little guy Sammy Johnson with the golden goal scores the winning goal to give Blazing Sun the U11 title. On the next field, the Avengers and Alaska Rush battled down to the wire. The Rush came out hot with 2 quick goals. The Avengers answered with 2 themselves, including 1 off the shoulder. However, the Rush were up 5-3 at halftime, but the Avengers avenged. They reel off 3 unanswered and won 6-5 in regulation for the U12 title. Last game of the day was the 11-on-11 Men's Adult Championship, featuring the Vanuatu Rising FC in the green against the Phoenix 99 in the yellow. The Rising had a quick 2-0 lead within the first 15 minutes of the game, but the Phoenix halved the deficit with a strong goal here. But it was all green team in this one. They respond with 7 unanswered goals and dominate in a 9-1 victory to win the 11-on-11 Midnight Sun Blast Cup. And that's all I got for sports tonight. We'll catch you next time.